Welcome back to another episode of Camp Oddwood. It's me, Henry. Some might call me Henry. Those people have weird accents. Or have never heard the name Hen.
Oh, hello, Henry.
Oh, Henry.
Oh. Hello.
And
your boys.
your boys.
Just forgot about us.
Who?
Alex. And then
Welcome back. It's a bit of a slow morning for me, Henry.
For people who can't handle their mornings.
I just stayed up too late.
Sure.
I think we just all stayed up too late.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm the only one with boyish charm. You guys are turning into old men. Crotchety. Look at you. You can't stay up late. What are you, not 22 anymore?
Well, you're not like, 3 bong hits deep.
Okay, that's your own fucking fault. That's a personal problem.
I was just tired.
I mean, these are the things I
All
need
day.
to do to get ready for this.
I worked.
For this.
The bong hits? Oh, you write that shit off on your taxes, huh?
I do. I actually do.
Buy bong rip.
By bong rip. By
Yeah.
gram. By the gram.
By the gram?
Yes.
You're like, I've purchased over 90 pounds of weed this year. And I'm checking it all off because it's part of my business model. I got to get ripped. R.I.P. that pussy.
What?
That's some
you talking
TikTok
about?
stuff. I don't know. I do know, actually. R.I.P. I'm getting ripped tonight. Mr. Wazowski.
I hate those videos.
Okay.
I'm so
It's a
confused.
pleasure for you to join us today. Alex is in rare form in his yellow shirt. I actually really like that shirt. Who's that character on that shirt?
Oh, it's a... I forget.
Yeah,
I actually don't know.
So too.
It looks like a
very-
Japanese classic. It looks like
Yeah.
Japanese Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. I think it might be from Buckabone.
Brown.
Yeah, I forget. it's like a...
The
It's like a
Bakabone Papa
really,
baby.
yeah. So I think so. I forget.
And Zach
It's
with
a
his
very old school cartoon.
throwback shirt. Mini Bosses.
Bosses.
Great band.
Mini boss.
Mini Bossu.
I wish that life worked that way.
What?
Like, it was a bunch of mini bosses until you got to the big boss.
It does work that way.
What?
Sometimes.
So, like, for me, it's
Metaphorically speaking.
like every mini boss. One of my first mini bosses was Ari, this really tall, shitty Jewish kid who pushed me into a wall in 6th grade.
You're probably doing some shit.
Nah, he wasn't doing shit. I was with Josh Hussein. He were talking about fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! And dude smashed my shit up
Damn.
because he didn't like me because he thought I was annoying.
What a day.
But I was annoying to him like 45 minutes earlier. I don't know. I had to bring that energy after school.
He's just building it up.
Yeah. So then he smashed me. In
I didn't forget the way you made me feel earlier.
Yeah. So then
Insecure about my body.
I didn't say anything about his body, but he was a 7th grader and I was a 6th grader. Is unacceptable. And then that was actually the instance when I came home with a bruise on my face that my mom put me in Taekwondo. And then I did Taekwondo for probably I think I was doing it for 7 months, maybe 6-7 months. So I went up in belts, probably like 3 or 4 belts by that point.
Nice.
And then he went back to school and he whipped his ass.
No, actually, he ended up, his mom was trying to put him in to martial arts class. And then put him in, he ended up coming to my martial arts studio. And since he was already older, he was allowed to start sparring as a white belt. Or as a yellow belt, because he had been at another martial arts studio for a few months. And then he came to mine. So he was able to start immediately sparring. And he was bigger than everybody in our group.
You Cobra Kai'd his ass.
Basically.
Hell yeah.
I went full Cobra Kai on him.
I hope you spinning back kicked him in the sternum.
I kicked him all over. I kicked his head a lot of times. It was fucking vindicating. Because I smashed the shit out of him. Well, because my sensei was like, had him go against our this girl who had recently become a black belt, but she was too small because she was a 5th grader at the time, and she was just too small, and he just overpowered her or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I guess Alex, it was only me and Naveed were the only ones who could really spar him because we were the only ones close in age and strength. So then
would Naveed fart on him?
I mean, he would fart on everybody. Whenever he would eat frozen fruits, he would just get gassy. But I don't know. He only did it in class a couple times, but he would do it in the car on the way though.
Frozen fruits, huh?
But yeah,
good to know.
I whooped on that fucking kid, and then afterwards, it was like a Sandlot moment where he's just like, "Hey man, yo, I didn't know you were so fucking good. Damn, pretty good, dude. We cool." We're cool. And then I was like, oh yeah, sure. And then bump fist, and then that was it. And then he came to 2 more classes and never came back.
Well, he didn't want to get his ass whooped.
Yeah, but then he never was shitty to me at school anymore, and I felt good about myself.
Real humbling moment for him, and I wonder if he knew, like, man, this is a direct response into me just from me pushing him like last semester.
I think he remembered that he accosted me. Well, I don't know if he remembered the severity, but I think he knew that he was shitty. Well, because that wasn't the only offense. That was only like violent thing. But he would always just like come into. He was like Ari Shafir. Maybe they're the same Ari, right? He was like Ari Shafir was to Bobby Lee after he felt that Bobby Lee had shit on him, where he would just come into the middle of a conversation that had nothing to do with him and then just be like, this dude's fucking weird. And I'd be like, what the fuck? Well, dude, what's your problem? Like, look at this fool. He's a weirdo. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I never knew what I even ever did to him. Other than, like, I stepped on one of his jokes one time when he was, I don't know if he had, like, a crush on one of the girls that we were hanging out with or some shit. But he was saying some shit, and I was like, what? That's stupid. That's, like, he was saying, like, some fact that a middle schooler would think was real. And I was like, that's not real. And he's like, yeah, no, it is. Look it up. I was like, I've looked it up before. That's super wrong. And then I guess... I mean, I don't know that warrants being smashed up, but, you know,
Man,
I guess Ari's logic. Yeah. So that I just want to throw that out there. How did we get there?
We're talking about, like,
mini boss,
testosterone-filled little boy.
No.
Yeah, mini boss.
So, yeah, that was my mini boss. That was one of my mini bosses. And then, you know, ultimately, my final boss will be me conquering my depression.
That is the final boss. Yeah.
I feel like teachers are the true mini bosses.
Actually, I had a couple mini boss tests. Yeah, there's a couple mini bosses I've had to do over.
There's a couple of jars that are little mini bosses.
Don't know why you pointed at me, but okay.
Assistant managers.
You're a mini boss I gotta deal with.
Well,
but I'm gonna do it in the Streets of Rage way.
I'm just gonna wait till you
That's
fall
the Guile
asleep.
song.
Okay.
Wait, or the Ryu song.
See, now you're a mini boss for me because I gotta get rid of the fact that you're gonna be a fucking video game music Nazi. Mini boss.
I just know that was a Street Fighter song. But we just...
I know. I couldn't think of the Streets Rage. Wait, now I can't speak. That's a fucking mini boss.
You just have all types of
life
bosses.
Life is full of mini bosses.
I know. All I know is that the song sounds like the then it has like kind of like in the background.
Oh yeah, okay. You do that part. I'll do the do part. Let's see if we can get it.
Okay.
All right.
Da, 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 da,
Do, 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 do.
da,
Do, 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 do.
da.
Do, 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 do.
What? Okay.
And then it's just punching and streets of raging.
Screams, apparently, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. People get hit, killed. You know, when you pick up the knife, you could throw it. That's that's an immediate kill.
Or
You remember Streets of Rage?
I do a little bit. I don't remember the theme song, but
Oh. That's when the girl does the cartwheel kick.
damn, that was loud.
It's also when you
Blew up the thing over there.
it's also when you kill a lady.
Oh yeah.
It's when you throw a knife at a woman and it smacks her in the neck. That's another thing that they don't really like cover is that like
That was a little inappropriate. It was like dominatrix were just attacking you.
whips.
Jeez.
Yeah. What was that? That gang that you were fighting was very weird group of people. Cuz it was like a fat dude who was
See, this is why you get pushed into walls.
a fight. See, this is a mini boss right here.
My favorite mini bosses are like the random professional wrestlers that work for these evil syndications that are kidnapping people's girlfriends.
Oh yeah. Or like the fat fire blower guys.
Yeah, those are reoccurring characters.
Yeah, and then the dominatrices.
Hey, man.
And then
They're just trying to include all the groups.
oh yeah.
All
That's everybody that's in the chain gang.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's always like a really big buff military guy in a tank top shooting at you.
Yeah, why? Yeah. There's always what's the strength in military cargo pants? Why are they always so strong in video games? Guile.
I don't know.
The boss from Streets of Rage.
It's because they have weights.
The dudes from
in their
Contra.
cargo pockets.
Oh yeah, Contra. Those
They're
dudes
doing
are
like
strong.
just straight up quadruple front flips,
Yeah.
getting up to like 20 feet up
I mean, they were also fighting aliens.
while they're
so-
shooting in the air. Well, they're also like extremely hopped up on cocaine. Have you seen like the box covers of those characters? They all like just look like Rambo. And
Yeah.
we all know how Rambo was fueled with
Meth.
cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Cocaine and rage.
Meth bow.
Yeah. Yeah. Rage. It's the streets of rage.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh, call back.
Don't ever do that again.
Okay. All right.
I'm just kidding. That was
I'm not welcome here anymore.
Well, Henry's your mini boss, but you have to beat him in a physical challenge.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Eat more hot dogs than me.
No, you,
Ew.
that's is
No.
that physical?
Eat 15 pancakes.
I cannot do that. I cannot eat 5 pancakes. It all
Really?
depends
No.
if they're
You
like
could eat 5.
if they're the small ones. If they're
The
like
silver
No.
dollar pancakes.
they're like the
Dude.
Denny's
just have to eat
pancakes.
Dense buttermilk,
Oh god.
Ooh.
like the size of a frisbee.
I don't like the IHOP ones where they get spongy.
Yeah.
Like from sitting for a while, you know?
I don't really
just,
fuck
like, really
with pancakes
bland.
like that, honestly.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
about
you're a
IHOP
pancake hitter.
pancakes is that like, oh, they shell them out in mass quantities, and you go there for like the syrups,
No.
because all it is like, yeah, it is spongy and it just absorbs the syrup, and that's
I just don't go to
kind of
IHOP.
IHOP.
Yeah, I don't
I got
like
I
If I'm
hop for
gonna
the
make a pancake,
eggs.
it's gonna be
Yeah, they actually are underrated with their breakfast. Like everything, most things other than their pancakes. We're probably gonna get like canceled for saying this because there's a lot of diehard IHOP fans.
Well,
But
it's
I
all
like
about
IHOP
Denny's,
overall.
bitches.
Overall,
Are you Denny's or IHOP?
I don't care about either one.
dude, this fool's a Millie's diehard, 100%.
Dude, I don't even go to Millie's.
This was. I feel like.
What's
living across the
Millie's?
street
It's the
for like
breakfast place across the street from my house.
Oh,
That's like a traditional.
this fool's Jack in the Crack. That's what he is. I feel like you're anti-breakfast.
What?
What do you like better, breakfast
no,
or
he likes
lunch?
the pork store. That's his favorite.
Do I like
Oh, that's
breakfast or lunch?
Yeah.
Like, which one do I prefer?
Oh, Norm's is bomb too.
I'd probably prefer breakfast.
You're a fucking lie.
What? No, I love fucking hash brown bacon.
Fuck breakfast.
eggs.
It's so unversatile. I can have whatever I want for lunch.
You can have whatever you want for breakfast.
Yeah, if you
too.
want the squirts, get the fuck out of here. You can't just eat whatever. Chili.
I prefer lunch.
I mean,
over
I can because
breakfast,
I'm conditioned for it. Yeah, but what, you're gonna have a
never had
big ass bowl of ramen? A lot of these places aren't even open for breakfast. You're gonna have ramen at 8:30. You can't. They're not open.
I don't want ramen for breakfast.
He wants
Exactly. Yeah, because
breakfast
you can't have it.
There's no arguing with this guy.
No, there's not.
No,
Because I'm a
there's lots
fucking.
of arguing.
Well, yeah, but I don't feel like doing all
Because
that.
I'm a fucking lawyer in this room.
You
Have
are
you?
Hear ye, hear ye.
You're a,
That's
the
not it.
breakfast place.
That's because you always make me play the judge.
you're a fart in the wind.
Okay,
That's what
fine.
you
I'll
are.
be the fucking judge. Judgment declared. You can't have ramen for lunch or for fucking breakfast, bitch.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
What if he has 2 eggs?
In the ramen?
Yes.
No, there has to also be bacon for present.
Okay.
Pork
So-
belly.
Well, it's char siu.
Char siu.
Char siu.
So okay, breakfast ramen. You could have breakfast ramen.
I like.
If you could go
fried
find a
ramen.
ooh
Breakfast ramen.
breakfast ramen.
Have you guys ever had a chili omelet?
Chili omelet. Yes. No. Yes.
Yes,
They're pretty
I've
bomb.
had it. They are good. Omelets are bang.
Underrated.
They
Oh.
are.
There's so many different omelets
Oh,
that could
damn.
go down that we just don't deal with.
Can you have omurice for breakfast?
Yes.
Yes.
That is breakfast.
That is delicious.
Or it's not only breakfast. It's versatile. It
could
goes
be
both
any
ways.
meal. Elizabeth and I went to brunch, and they gave her eggs Benedict with a scrambled egg on top.
Really?
They're like, "That's how we do it."
Oh, then you wrote in the notes on the receipt incorrect.
It was so.
What
bad.
the fuck?
Sorry, no tip. You did it wrong. It's not how anyone
It
does
looks
it.
so gross. It was just like floppy, rubbery eggs on top of a sad English muffin.
No ham?
There was ham, but it was just like
The meat disc?
the gray eggs
That
and ham.
sucks.
Yeah. Well, actually, I
Hopefully
just
they're pasteurized at least.
I just
I don't
realized
think
something.
so.
I just realized something. This is another reason why lunch is the superior meal.
Well, it was technically brunch,
All right.
so I feel like you can't hate on it because it's like half
okay.
lunch.
Whatever. That's you're now
The
getting
server
into
did
hybrids.
give us a free muffin,
Oh, all right. Cool with the muffin. But this is what I'm gonna
carrot
say.
muffin.
All right, I got you. But this is what I'm gonna say.
What's wrong? You don't like fish, rice, and
If
miso soup?
somebody cuts me off one more time,
I'm trying to call back to your culture.
well, thank you. Delicious, but
This is a test.
yeah, this is a fucking mini boss right here. There's all these interruptions.
Why
I'm about to forget what I was trying to fucking say.
why
We're
is lunch
passionate about
superior?
breakfast.
Why is lunch superior?
Lunch is superior because there's only so many breakfast items that can scale in a restaurant. When have you ever been to a cereal restaurant
Hey,
or a
cereal
Pop
bars
Tartist
are a big thing now.
in the
You can
office?
be breakfast as well as dessert.
Why the
Yo,
fuck would you?
fuck cereal too. Like I was trying to eat non-sugary cereals and that shit was giving me fucking heartburn. And then I had
Like
to revert
what?
to kashi and that's basically
Oh.
eating tree bark.
Kashi's good though.
No, kashi is not fucking good. You're just trying to convince yourself of that because you want to believe that you're not eating cardboard. Kashi is fucking nasty.
Okay, well, regular
It's so
cereal
hard.
is just candy, basically.
Yeah, that's why there's that new cereal brand brought to you by. No, we're not sponsored by anybody right now.
Kesha or
This would be this whole thing would have been the perfect working for that new like adult like healthy cereal brand that's made out of like proteins and shit.
yeah, I get a bunch of ads for that. It's like it's like low carbs, but
The
it's just
magic spoon that's
yeah,
like
magic
yeah,
spoon.
$8
Magic
a
spoon.
box.
Oh yeah.
But it's like
But you know who eats it?
protein.
Bloodbath. The bloodbath girls eat it. Then they talk about it.
They
Well, I
might
don't
eat
know.
pancakes too.
Well, they're not selling pancakes, so
One of them likes
You're psycho
bagels
for
a
not
lot, and bagels
eating
are
pancakes.
technically a breakfast food.
Bagels are breakfast
that was anti-Semitic. You're saying, because you're like, oh, she's Jewish, she likes bagels.
I never-
That was fucked up.
Are you retarded?
Whoa! Now
I-
we're
did
getting.
any of those-
We're not in the no
Those are-
cancel zone, bruh.
No, I'm sorry. I retract my statement.
No, I just play it. No, yeah, she does like bagels.
Who doesn't like a good bagel?
I can understand why people wouldn't like a bagel.
And
because
You can
it's
have 'em for lunch,
So
too.
dope.
Oh shit.
Bagel sandwich.
It's dependent on
Pizza
what you put in it.
bagel.
Okay,
yeah.
since
Pizza
we're,
bagel.
Pizza
since we're still
bagel.
talking about breakfast, what's
Why is pizza bagel breakfast? That's
what's your favorite breakfast bread item?
It has to be a
Challah.
bagel. Now that I think about it, because
Brioche.
Because the
Challah.
breakfast strength of a bagel is so strong that by putting pizza on it, it's still
That has
breakfast.
nothing to do with breakfast. We're just saying
Pizza's
that a
not
pizza
for
bagel
breakfast.
is good.
I know.
It's not. That's
Yeah, but I'm
disgusting.
talking about the strength of the bagel as a breakfast bread.
Okay, so
It's
Alex
so
says-
strong as a breakfast bread that it can convert pizza into a breakfast food when everything on it is not really for morning.
Okay, I'm gonna say sourdough is the best breakfast bread because you can use it for like a savory, but you can also use it for French toast, and it's fucking really good.
Zach,
English muffin is personally my favorite.
Mine?
No.
Challah.
Halal.
Challah.
I like brioche too.
He's
though.
just trying to seem cultured. What the fuck? was
What?
that?
No, it's
halal.
fucking delicious bread.
mine
My favorite's naan.
for breakfast.
mine's always been
I mean, that's good. too.
croissants.
Croissant.
Croissant.
See, you're
Croissant.
not saying anything about him.
I just did.
Well, you're.
Well, I said croissant
You
because
just
I
said
said
the
it like
word.
an American.
Why
said-
correct? That's me correcting them. What, you want me to add the whole
Culture.
thing? Henry, you are wrong. It is croissant.
Thank you.
But I'm not
Considering
French and
I'm-
it doesn't matter. We're
Wants to seem
American, so it's
cultured.
croissant.
Maybe I almost dropped my croissant.
You almost made me drop my croissant. Croissant.
But yeah, that's the little Frenchman inside of me. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved croissants. Like just
The
plain
chocolate
one,
or the
plain chocolate, any kind of croissant.
Croissant.
Yeah, and that's
almond.
croissants. I feel like
almond croissants were good.
are really versatile
They have a
because
lot.
you can make them into a sweet thing by filling them up with something sweet because they're so buttery and savory and flaky.
Yeah.
But then you could also turn it into a bomb ass like turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Where's
that's true.
where has the best croissant?
And then like dinner rolls too,
not
like the
what
mini
that
mini
doesn't
croissants.
answer
Sorry, what did you say?
I
The
just-
place we went to in Northridge that I brought the pistachio croissant.
Oh, okay.
That was really good.
That was
That's the best in the valley.
Where, so Henry, where have you had the best croissant? And then you can get into dinner roll. Sorry.
Hawaiian dinner roll is
Shit.
really good though.
Honestly, dude, I'm just gonna have to plug Randy's Donuts again because
I still haven't
they're
had
my
Randy's.
favorite donut, and
Oh, really?
they made just like giant, just buttery, but like super light and flaky croissant. You know where it's like just like crispy on the outside, but once you get inside there, it just gets all nice and moist and soft.
Moist. Why are you talking like it's?
I like it crispy on
Pussy.
the outside and like soft and fluffy on the inside.
Yeah.
That makes a good one.
Like, I think also just across the board, like Whole Foods makes a really good croissant too. Their bakeries, they have a
Whole
good.
Foods has a good bakery that
That's
is
good to
just
know.
like anywhere you go, you're gonna get something tasty.
Portos.
Oh, I just went to
Portos, yeah.
Portos, I feel like is meh.
Watch your mouth.
Meh.
Okay, you can go back up north, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Go back to fucking.
Now that's racist
No,
against Cubanos.
Yeah, the sandwich.
their sandwiches
The
are
peoples.
good, but I feel
Oh,
like
the
their
just
baked
kidding.
items can be heavy.
They-
me.
Oh my god. You can't shit on a place because of
If
your
you're
health
gonna make a baked
parameters.
good, it better be light and flaky.
What
I mean,
do you mean? There's meat in it. It can only be so light.
it should be crispy.
It is
on the
crispy.
outside,
Everything on the
light.
outside is light.
It's a heavy meat pod. I
They're,
tried
it's
the
a
It's a heavy meat
pods.
pod, yeah.
Their guava pastries.
They,
fucking
you
snap.
guys never get
They're
any
Chef's
green
kiss.
sweet. Oh my God.
But yes, I mean, kind of Spanish and like, I don't know, like Spanish breads and like the sweet breads and all that stuff. Like those things are pretty dense. But I mean, those are also like, you know, like a breakfast bread. It's like, oh,
That's true.
when you're on the go, you just grab that really fast. And it's so dense that it's just going to last you throughout the morning. That's actually kind of, there's like the Korean bakeries too that kind of do those sweet bread things. That's
Oh,
actually kind of what contributed me to getting fat in my first year of junior college was because they just had those in the cafeteria and I was like, these are fucking bomb. And I'd have like 2 of those like a day and like just super sugary coffee.
Oh, all those carbs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I wasn't
Yeah.
like exercising as much as I should have.
Damn.
That was that
Milk
freshman
bread is a good bread.
that freshman.
Milk
milk
bread
bread.
is
Milk toast.
I like ube donuts. Just throwing that.
Oh,
out
okay.
there.
Ube.
Is donut considered a bread?
It's a dessert.
It's like a
It's
Is it
still
dessert?
a bread.
It's fried dough.
fried dough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. I do want to. So I have a couple things that I want to discuss.
We're hungry, Alex.
I can tell by this discussion.
Why did we talk about breakfast? I just want hot buttery bagels and donuts and croissants.
I'm curious.
What are you curious about, Alex?
Well, Henry, what I'm curious about is right here in my fucking notes.
Fuck.
Have you have you had, have you ever had one of those moments where you know how it's illustrated in movies, the angel and demon or angel and devil on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Have you ever had an instance that you absolutely recognized as one of those moments? And what was it? I'll go first. That felt like a TikTok video. Like, tell me you have a big dong without telling me you have a big dong. I'll go first.
Okay, dude.
Or like they pick up a paint can with their erection. So
Just go ahead and like pop a peanut in your mouth. Boing.
so my moment was when I was in Little League basketball. There was a kid who Chad, who
Chad.
at the time his dad was the coach, and his dad basically built the whole team around making his kid look the best or whatever. And it wasn't really fun for any of the other kids. So one of the moments that I had was I just was having a bad day, an off day, I guess, and then the coach was like, "Alex, come on, get your head." We weren't even playing a game; it was just practice. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Come on, get your head in the game. We're man to man. You got to stay man to man or whatever." So I was man to man on Chad or whatever, and then in my head I was just like, "Should I, well, because I was like really close to he was just gonna sit me down." Mm-hmm. So I was just like, "Oh, should I, just make everybody laugh, even though I know I'm gonna get in fucking trouble, or should I not do it?" And then I remember the internal dialogue, like, "Nah, dude, you're gonna get in trouble, and you might get yelled at by your parents." Dude, that's just gonna be fucking funny. So I pulled his fucking pants down when I was guarding him.
What a dick.
And then because it was the coach's kid, I got really reprimanded.
Worth it. I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone laughed.
Yeah, I was just like, "Ah!" I didn't get him all the way down there because he's like, "Ah!" But I got reprimanded. And he's like, "What are you doing? We're playing basketball. We're not jokesters. If you try to be silly, sit out. Get over there." I remember so it was like so we were in the inside court, and there was like the underneath where they had all like the gymnastic stuff and all the extra stuff over in the corner, and it was dark over there. They didn't have the lights. I remember he had me go behind the pillar, and I had to put my head on the pillar for the rest of the practice. So I was just like this.
They should have had your foreheads together.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever had an instance where your conscience, your angel and demon, just go like, "You know what? No," and they just agree, and you just do something because they both agree that it's what should be done?
yeah, the fighting.
That whole time? Oh no, I feel like mine was me and my buddy Steven, where it was college. We went to see. Okay. It was my buddy Anthony's birthday. We all played volleyball together in high school. and he was part of this fraternity. I don't even remember what the fraternity is. And we're there for his birthday. You know, we both brought a bunch of beer. And, like, everyone's, like, pretty chill. All the frat guys, like, they invited, like, girls over. It started, like, you know, a party kind of started from it. And because we brought the beer, they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll let you guys play first. And, yeah, and then, like, they're kind of, like, I heard them talking and stuff. Just like, all right, well, put like, so-and-so and so-and-so on it. Like, I guess they're, like, you know, supposedly, like, the second best team in the house. And just to knock us out and drink all of our beer. And I was just like, whatever, I'm just here to play, like, beer pong and have a good time with my buddy. And we're playing beer pong. Like, we just kept winning. Over and over again. Like, they kept, like, bringing out more and more dudes. And then, like, eventually we, like, 2 games later, we beat, like, the president and vice president of the fraternity.
Oh, shit.
And then, like, at that point, everyone at the party was, like, watching the game. And then when we beat them, everyone's like, whoa! Like, all excited and shit. And then after that, you know, the games kind of start dying out. And then everyone started shunning us.
Oh, shit.
Everyone did. And then, like, my buddy, whose birthday it was, he was already, like, you know, fucked up. So he kind of couldn't pay attention to what was going on. I think he was already, like, maybe on his way out. Like, probably blacking out soon. Eventually, everyone shuns us. Like, I'm trying to pass around a joint to people. And, like, because people are passing around joints. And then, like, one dude was just, like, to his buddy that was about to pass it to me. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And it's just me and Steven hanging out. And then slowly we kind of get pushed into the living room. And everyone was like partying in the kitchen in the backyard area. Me and him were just like drinking, talking. And like the door, like there's like a door that opened up to the kitchen and everything where everyone was partying. Like they just closed the door.
Oh,
so then it was just the 2 of us in the living room. And right when that happened, Steven was like, dude, this is pretty fucked up. And I was like, yeah. It is. And he's like, all right, you want to go? And I was like, before we do, I had 2 Sharpies in my pocket, and I gave him one. And I was like, fuck these fools. They had all these posters and, like, framed pictures on the wall. Underneath every single one of them, we just started drawing all these dicks. All these Sharpie dicks all over the fucking walls, and we kept, like, putting the posters back on them. And we fucking left, and we went to fucking Subway, and we're just fucking dying. And that's when my angels and demon were like, fuck these guys. You brought all this beer, and they're treating you like shit because you're a winner? Let's show them what winners do. Fucking dicks. That's what they get.
So then when they try to get their deposit back, they have to...
Oh, yeah, when they, like took any of them down, it's like, what the fuck?
Where did this come from?
Yeah, well, you know that they would probably wait till the last minute to even start packing their shit up. So then it's like the day before, like, oh, we gotta get the posters. Whoa, fuck! How are we gonna get our deposit back? We gotta paint today.
You gotta get all these dicks
Eric,
off the
did you
walls.
fucking do this?
Who the fuck did this shit? And do you think that it would ever even register to them? That they would they would never know.
Yeah.
So they're just like, oh fuck.
Which party
Like-
was it?
And it's like, at what point in time do you think that there's no one in a living room? Like, being unwatched, it's like, someone would have stopped that instantly, you would think.
Yeah.
So it's like, how would that happen? And you can't hold anyone accountable for it either.
Yeah, you're like, oh. Or what if it became
Well,
like...
unless they hear this story. Like, Anthony, if you and your friends ever wondered who did that, it's because they treated me and Steven shittily. So,
now you
I hope
know.
you didn't have to clean it up. But some of your brothers in this fraternity.
What if it became like
did.
a whole thing in that fraternity where it was like infighting, and then that fraternity split up into two houses,
2 rivals.
like the Car Starks and the Starks. So then now they're rivals like, you guys did the dicks. No, you did the dicks. And it's like this legend of the hidden dick.
the mystery dick drawer.
Mystery dicks.
Mystery dick theater.
Ghost dicks.
Kind of reminds me of that time you put
Horny ghosts.
water in that vodka bottle and put it back in the freezer.
Who
This
did I
was
do
a-
that to?
I forget her name.
Oh yeah, like they had a stash of vodka in the freezer.
Yeah.
And, like we drank like more than half of it.
But then I forget like what happened, and you were kind of pissed off, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna put water in the vodka so they don't know that we drank it." And in my head, I'm like,
It's gonna
freeze."
Well, not if it's mixed with a little bit of vodka.
There is only a tiny amount of vodka in there. That's where I felt like I was like, "Should we do this? It's gonna fucked up." But
Whatever.
whatever.
Do you ever feel that way when you get like super wasted with someone who's never really gotten wasted, and then you kind of feel bad? You're like, should we have brought them into this? Was
We
this
just
a
destroyed their
mistake?
lives.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit. Shots!
Shots. Here's another shot.
I
Drink
never
up.
feel bad about the spicy thing, but if I get someone stoned
Yeah, no,
and then they're like, they really can't handle it, and then they get sick or they just have like some type of breakdown, I'm like,
I feel like she
bad.
if you can't handle spice,
Oh, if you're
she just doesn't have respect for you or some shit.
That's not true. It's not
She-
respect.
yeah,
I'm just
no,
gonna
yeah.
bring you to
You're
my
just- well,
party.
You're just like,
We're gonna experience it together.
what do you mean pepper is spicy? Habanero, please. You're gonna fucking eat this or like trick somebody into eat like
I would not.
No,
do
we'll
that.
get
That
the
would
order
hurt
of
them.
50 wings, mango habanero,
well like
all of them.
Extra hot.
well also like she just doesn't understand certain things. So if you know that your grandmother can't eat like black pepper, you or like
I did not know that paprika
Or not
was
aunt,
gonna
your
send
grandmother.
her over the edge. Okay.
God.
I mean, fuck, man.
almost
You just
killed her.
gotta.
Paprika doesn't. To me, that is not even like.
You gotta take
there's
an
no
assessment
heat
of your
in it.
family's
There's
whiteness.
Absolutely no heat. It is just
You gotta take a white
That's
assessment
that's
test.
the demon winning. But honestly,
That's the
the demon winning on your shoulder usually ends up being like most people's like most hilarious moments are when the demon wins.
Or,
Like
okay,
when we're like out drinking when you still lived out in SF and we could hear
Tanner and
your old
Sarah.
roommates like
oh yeah,
fucking,
that was a demon win right there.
and like
My
like
angel's high-fiving
we
them.
walked up like we're all walking up and you guys are like fuck damn it we could hear him should we come back like I don't know fuck. And I was just like dun, 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 dun. That was the demon going like yo you better wrap that up B. Boom, 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 boom.
Wrap it up, B.
And you could hear the silence instantly of them and then like,
jazz.
you could hear his penis going soft and the panic and anxiety and the fear inside of them go up and then they
fear
open the door.
freak out.
Wow, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's like putting on his
What
pants.
was that?
Was that you guys? Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh fuck! I
yeah.
thought someone was like trying to rob the house. I thought someone was trying to break in.
Why would they announce it with a thumping?
We're gonna rob your house, Pete.
And then why would you also rob the
That wasn't funny,
upstairs
guys.
of all the poor people?
And he just saw like the three of us just fucking busting up.
He's like, that's not fucking cool.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
And then we're just,
And I was like, no, but it was fucking funny.
It was hilarious.
well, I remember after he was like, that's not cool. Fuck, that's pretty fucked up. And then you're like, oh.
It's too late.
And then all of us were like, oh, yeah, sorry, dude. And then he goes back in. And then as soon as the door closes, Henry just goes. And then all of us are like, it was pretty fucking fun. We're trying not to laugh loudly, but then we couldn't hold it anymore. And we're just like, That shit was pretty hilarious, though. But that reminds me of a moment where my angel was in charge, and then my angel finally was like, yo, you know what? Fuck this. Devil, take care of this shit, or whatever.
Take over.
Get him.
Take over.
Which was when we went to that birthday party
That's
in
when you-
downtown.
When her angel's just like, all right, I gave this motherfucker a chance.
Yeah. He was like, oh, fuck it. where we went to that party in downtown, and then Reggie got pretty wasted, and then he peed on that building.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that was a Kat's birthday party. And dude,
yeah.
honestly, that dude got really lucky because Reggie, you know, back then especially, he was way more violent. And he had already gotten his aggression out. Like, he had already gotten, like, his feel-good moment already out of him.
Yeah,
because,
he already got his revenge. Yeah, his aggression was already...
Well, because him and Kat, like, you know, they used to mess around from time to time back then, and, like, even after that, they just kind of stayed friends. But, like, that whole night, she, like, shunned him and was, like, just being, like, really mean to him for no reason, and she was there with, like, a date. But, you know, like, Reggie's not, like, a dickhead or anything about it, but, like, she shunned him the whole night, and at the very end, like, as everyone was, like, leaving... In the parking lot as we were walking out, he smacks the tray of cupcakes that she had in her hands up into her. And she's like, oh! And, like, dropped it all. And Jasmine, her sister, was just like, oh my God, how rude. And everyone else was drunk. And
or no, the guy she was with said, how rude.
Yeah, and then Martin... Jasmine's ex, who was in a band with Earl and Marcel, was just like, how rude, how rude, how rude. And then, like, amongst, like, the rest of the friends that were there, everyone was just like, how rude, how rude, how rude, how rude, how rude. And then, like, no one really saw what transpired, but, like, because we kind of kept walking, but, like, Reggie was just riding that high all day. And he was like, I'm gonna pee on this building. And he was like, okay, I feel pretty good. And that dude just walking his dog's like, hey, you just gonna pee on my building like that?
Yeah,
you're just gonna pee on my building like that in downtown LA. I live next to Skid Row, and you're gonna pee on my building.
Yeah. And then he's like, dude, I'm pissing on somebody else's piss. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So then, but the dude just wouldn't fucking let it go. And I was like, hey man, sorry, he's pretty drunk. And then he's like, yeah, that's not an excuse. I was like, that's the perfect excuse. Drunk people piss on shit. Like, he needed to fucking pee. I'm not gonna let him pee in my car. I'm sorry, dude. Like, and then, you know,
and then Reggie chimed in right there when you were talking to him like that. Reggie was like, where does your dog go? And then he was like, oh, well, he goes to a special park. He pees at a special park. And that's when you were just like, what the fuck? Ah, Jesus. And that's when you're like, why are you trying to reason with drunk people, man? That's when you're like trying to reason with his
his
why are you
soberness.
Yeah, so I was just like, yo, Reggie, just get in the car, dude. Like, it's not that big of a deal or whatever. And then the guy, he just wouldn't stop. And then some lady that was also in the building,
his neighbor,
was coming by and was like, what would you do? Like, this dude just pissed on the building. Like, what would you do? It's like, oh, I'd whoop you guys' little asses. And then I'm like, why do, like, yo, your tennis classes did not prepare you for this. Like, you're not fighting anybody. Like, the only thing you can bank on is that we're gentlemen and we don't hit women. Like, what the fuck? Don't say that stuff. Like, what are you talking about? You have varicose veins. Be quiet.
Yeah, and then after that, Reggie was like, do you guys say anything to the bums that pee on this building? And then, like, then he kept going,
how old are you guys?
Just how mature? Just you gotta pee everywhere, huh? You couldn't pee in the restroom? And then he's just kind of going on and on.
He's like, I just can't stand guys like you fucking pieces of shit or whatever. And then he's like, how old are you guys even? And then he started going on about our age. And then I kept trying to get Reggie in the car. And I was just like, yo, dude, calm down. It's not that serious. It's not, like, we're leaving right now or whatever. And he just wouldn't fucking let it go. And then I forgot you said something. Yeah, he said something or whatever. And then the guy, like, he just kept going. And then finally I was just like, dude, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here. That was when my angel was like, dude, like, I
remember you scared his dog. And that's when you started getting into it. And he, like, started kind of getting scared, but then, like, was kind of getting ready to fight. And I remember I was pretty drunk. And I was, like, waiting in the passenger seat. And the second I heard your voice actually start to raise, that's when I looked over and I was like, what? And then I jumped out. And I was like, hey! And then you're already, like, kind of getting into it. And that's when he was like, Like, ooh,
He's like, fuck you guys. I'll take all of you guys. He's like taking his headphones off while he's walking backwards.
as he was like walking away, and I was like, get the fuck out of here. Fuck off. And you're like, yeah, fuck off. Fuck you, get out of here. And he's like, oh, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. And his dog was just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? His dog was like, what are you doing?
Gonna get us fucked up.
Let's leave.
Well,
I'm not going to bite anybody.
Well, what I remember was that like after I started going ham, Henry was like started diffusing like, we're leaving. Come on, Lord, we're leaving right now. Like, get out of here, man. We're gonna go. We're leaving. And then the guy was like, oh, fuck you guys, whatever. And then he starts walking. Or he's like, yeah, get in your car. Get the fuck in your car. And then we get in the car.
When he was like 20 feet away.
And then right when we pull out, he's like, he says like his last shit or whatever. And then I guess that hit Henry's ear bad, or he's just like, yeah, that's right. Run away, you fucking pussies or some shit. And then you're like, what? He's in the back seat, but then he like pulls no, you were in the front seat. Reggie was in the back. And Henry like he's like halfway out of the window. He's like, you better run, motherfucker! I just saved your fucking life. And the dude like goes into the alleyway. But he said it so loud with his whenever he gets like that. He naturally has like a super booming voice. Because I remember I was like, oh fuck, he heard that for sure. He's like, you better run, motherfucker! And then you just see the dude and his dog like skitter away. Yeah, but that was when my devil was like, yo, dude, I let you do it your way. And then my angel's like, you're right, go
Try it.
Go ahead.
Do it. Take care.
All right, I don't have any more patience.
Yeah. Because I was trying to be fucking nice to the guy, and then I was just like, get the fuck out of here! Get out of here! You're about to get really fucking hurt, dude. You better fucking go. There's 4 of us, and we're in shape. Just saying. When I get that way, I just start saying, rather than trying to like intimidate with like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you up, dog. You don't even know. I just start like, for some reason, I resort to speaking in very basic terms. Like, we're gonna really hurt you. We're gonna hit you so many times. Because I just feel like it throws people off, and like it really like just hands them out exactly what's gonna happen, rather than, so it doesn't sound as much as like regular intimidation, like, oh, because it's different from usual shit talk. Yeah. It was like, yo, I'm gonna wear you out, dog. You trying to catch fade? It's like, dude, we're gonna really fucking hurt you. There are a lot of us. There's like just the real facts. If I start swinging, we're all gonna start swinging, and it's gonna be over for you, and we're not gonna stop even when you're unconscious.
I usually like to
Which
open
that
up.
part's probably not too true.
That part's not true at all. I'm stopping.
I like to open up with well now, see, that's gonna be a problem because I have a screwdriver in my pocket and I'm gonna poke you full of holes.
Oh my god.
Or is that?
It's about to be Swiss cheese, buddy.
Like, I feel like Zach could probably get people to, like, if he was just like, he could probably get out of any situation. He's like, hey, I have a pretty good amount of big friends, and I'm no slouch myself, but I'm gonna tell you this: after we beat you up, I'm gonna do that running byaw kick to your dome to end it all. Like soccer, that soccer kick where you're like, byaw! And the person just like,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I always imagine Zach with the byaw kick. I would want to see that one day, but I think we're getting past the age where it's
Acceptable.
yeah.
Without going to jail.
Well, I mean, we have to get to the next stage. So like now we're not going to bars and stuff, so we're not gonna be like, we're at a place where we're not really gonna be getting into bar fights, so it's not gonna happen there. So we gotta wait until we get into unruly sports dad territory for
Or
that to
grocery stores.
occur. Yeah. Who fights at grocery stores?
a lot of people fight.
Yeah, but we don't go to the that type of Walmart. I don't know.
I guess you're right.
We
We
start
don't-
going to more Dodger games,
Oh yeah, sports
Tailgating
fights.
parties.
Sports fights.
tailgating, yeah. Or just go to the local boxing gym.
If he yaw kicks a dude at the boxing gym, he's never
getting
going to be
beyond.
allowed in there again.
I'm getting beyond myself.
Kickboxing gym.
Kickboxing gym. Are you allowed to practice soccer kicks in sparring sessions?
If you don't tell him.
Coming right up.
Are you ready
That was
for the Chronicles of Reddit?
Well, I got some people's confessions. If you guys want to hear some, some of them are pretty gnarly. Some of them are pretty funny. So yeah,
Let's hear him.
guys want to hear some confessions? Okay, the title goes: I added Tabasco to Wendy's chili and used it to get second place in a chili cook-off.
That's a good confession.
This wasn't a professional organized competition. There was some BMX event with a couple hundred people, and they always have a chili cook-off. I'm not much for cooking, so I thought it would be funny to throw a bunch of Wendy's chili in a crock pot and see if anyone noticed. They didn't.
That's
Got second
incredible.
place.
Damn, I would be upset if I lost to Wendy's chili, though.
That's fucking great.
A little Tabasco and Wendy's chili, and people are like, you know what?
That's something I hope.
This is so good, it's almost like Wendy's.
I hope he revealed that too
At the end?
At the end when he got his second place. But they would instantly take his second place award out though if he did that.
Wendy's chili is like beanie or beanless.
I think
It has some beans, but it's more of a meat heavy chili. It's actually pretty damn good. Like that's why I'm like, I believe that. Because some people like,
I'm very stickler about chili.
yeah, some people put too much beans or just like not the right kind, or they just don't do it right. And
I like a heavy beanie chili.
when it's done right, yeah.
I like a lot of assortment, variety. The northern.
Yeah, your ass likes black eyed peas and the shit though. Like,
There's nothing wrong
Hey.
with black eyed peas.
I like
yeah,
a
come on,
meaty.
that's not an
chili's fucking
award-winning
good.
chili.
Okay,
Your
you
chili
don't ever
is
make,
good, but that's-
one who doesn't make chili doesn't get to.
I make chili, dog.
when
You don't
I've-
make any
I've
chili
made-
dogs.
can
You don't
in-
make chili dogs.
For chili dogs,
Yeah.
dog.
I've made chili,
Yeah,
One who-
Cornell.
dog.
gets it out of a can.
Cornell?
and then
Yeah, 'cause it
puts
has
over rice.
University-
That's not making chili, okay?
I was like the university chili.
You're the Wendy's guy.
I'm a Wendy's guy.
Yeah, you just put hot sauce in your chili and then put it over rice and then be like.
No, I just let Hormel do the heavy lifting. What the fuck?
Bush's
And black eyed
beans.
peas are good, okay?
Butcher's baked bean chili. What the
They're
fuck?
underrated.
Oh, I had
I'm more
something.
of a-
Never mind. We'll bring that for next time.
I'm more of a chili verde man myself.
Chili verde is
Oh
banging.
shit! I make chili though.
And chili con
I've
carne.
made it.
Ooh, fuck.
I've never
that's
had
good,
it.
yeah.
It
chili
must
con
be
carne.
similar.
Oh,
to
that's
the
my favorite at
French-
Tito's Tacos are
French-
the chili con carne
Onion
burritos.
soup.
Those are fucking bomb.
That's what you're gonna bring up right now?
Yeah.
French onion soup?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about? Oh, your chili must be just as good as your French onion soup. Another dish you haven't made for me, huh? That's what we're doing.
Well, Alex told me, he goes, I make the best French onion soup.
No, I said I have made it before.
You said it's a really long, painstaking process, but it turns out really good, and you're like, I'll make it for you. And this was.
Years ago, huh?
When was it, Alex?
5 years ago.
No. Almost 7.
No, I
It
didn't.
was a full 6.
Okay, Zach, on the next.
But I've made chili.
the next one. Oh shit! Is it? I haven't made French onion soup in over 5 years.
And I said I was going to make it, but then.
Yeah, it looks like the username
But then
is
France
Alexander Hall.
Stop shipping onions to
Kenichi
America.
69.
Kenichi 69.
That's the username.
That's you.
That's you.
French onion soup all day.
Okay, here's another confession.
Well, every time she complains about it, I add another year to making it. That's why. So now we're at 39 years.
That's how painstakingly long it takes to make French onion
Yeah, that's
soup.
how long it takes.
No, that's how long it takes my nerves to heal from the.
He's fermenting the onions out back.
That's-
as
There's
he's-
That's how
another
long-
mini boss.
That, oh,
That's how long
French
it
onion
takes
soup.
Well, I
to
think that might
digest
be a big boss
your
right
French
there.
onion poop.
Oh.
Okay, here's a good one. I cheated to get my bachelor's and my master's degree. Yeah, I cheated. I didn't write any of my papers. I didn't do any of the work myself. I stole a lot of work. Took only classes anyone I knew did, and used all their work for it with minor changes. I made it through 6 years. I got 2 degrees. Fuck. I got a scholarship out of high school by cheating. I cheated during the SAT. I cheated most of my life, and I feel bad, but not really. Thanks to a couple real ones for holding it down for me. Wouldn't have made it this far without you.
Common.
That's fucking psycho shit. Oh my god.
That's some like bully stuff. Like, did you finish my homework, Jimmy? Get my homework.
Not necessarily. That's just like super privilege. And like, oh, I'm just going to pay these people to write all my shit. But to fucking get a master's?
Bachelor's and master's.
Holy shit.
According to them.
Like,
To have,
dude, you
Shout out to
cheat your way through fucking life?
Here's an edit. Shout out to my university and my professors. I graduated with a 3.3 GPA. Not the best, but it's all right. I also took the FE and PE exam that did well.
damn. But the idea that you would
It's just annoying.
cheat your way through and then like I need to achieve more dishonestly and then go and get your master's.
I don't know, like, what the fuck are you going to do with that degree? Like, if you get a job in that field, you're not going to fucking know anything.
That's the thing. A lot of people say that it's
A lot of programs are like just arbitrary work just to mull you through. and
well,
you're not
depending
learning
on like
anything, or
for
what?
I mean, so actually there's a guy who I don't know, this potentially could be that guy, but there's a guy on TikTok who talks about he did the same thing, that he cheated his way through university in a program for a programming degree, and he is now a successful programmer because basically what they have you do, like, he only knows the basics of programming, but that's all he really needs to know because they'll train you in what they need you to do.
Like, yeah, like a lot of jobs you learn on the job. I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
But like, that's just, yeah, that's where, the education system's retarded. And it's like, well, we're requiring you to get this even though it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And there's so many jobs that are like that.
As long as you're paying me.
Yeah, as long as you're paying that school.
Yeah.
That's how it is, though.
Well, ultimately, it's just if you can somehow get proof that you're good at what they need you for, and that we've been sold that that's the quickest and easiest way to do it. But to, one, get good at it and prove that you're good at it. But then if the price of the certificate is going up, but then how much employers care about their certificate is going down, like, it.
What's the point of having this?
Yeah, what's the point, right? But then in some cases, it does work out, I guess. But like, yeah, if you can somehow do an apprenticeship and then just do work under the person that you're apprenticing under, and then you already have that on your resume, you're getting 2 years plus of experience or whatever, and you're learning everything on the fly. And then the way that you're maybe paying for that is by not getting paid, right? But you're not going to be in debt.
Yeah.
So then if you can, but that's so hard to find because it's hard to find somebody who will take you under their wing that way, because so many people are just worried about their own shit, right?
Yeah.
So finding those opportunities, but then that's the thing, is that there's very specific people who have access to those types of opportunities, and those people usually have money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. Like, if you want to do something and you want to work in a field, you're going to find a way to do it. But it's like, that way is such a like shithead way to go about doing it. Or not what you just said, but the paying off and just like not writing anything. Like specific jobs yeah, I don't even know what degree he got. So, but yeah, if you could find an apprenticeship, like, I mean, any advice I could give to any young person, it's like, if you want to work in a field, find out whoever is the best in that field, or find as many people as possible, and just start shooting them emails. Just let them know that you
You're
want to
interested.
learn, you'll work for free, please hire me. And then it's like, if you get one, it just takes one person to say yes.
Yeah.
Honestly.
One thing I will say is I mean, I'm sure that that's not the case for this person because they only did 6 years of school and got a master's, but please don't do this if you're doing medicine.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to retain all that knowledge.
I mean, you still
at
have to
some
take the
point.
test. That's probably
Yeah.
what, like, that's kind of the firewall.
Well, and then you have to work
Or you
in an actual hospital
Yeah.
as an, or I forget what they're called.
As a resident.
A resident thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, you have to do your residency.
Residency, yeah.
But yeah, I would hate to have the doctor who did that to get,
Yeah.
He just
Their
goes on
medical license.
WebMD.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
'Cause
saying.
I
It's
think you have lupus.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Leprosy.
No,
I think you have
you-
leprosy.
it would actually be pretty fucking hilarious if he got a master's in English.
Old people
Yeah.
in college, dude. They're a different breed sometimes. Like, they always try really hard, which is good because it's like, why would you go back to college at this age
And not
try?
Yeah.
But they, like, because probably, I mean, and this might sound really fucked up, but I'm assuming that now that they have grown to a place where they know how much effort they need to give, they're finally giving that level of effort. But the reason that they didn't initially go to college in the first place was because it was a lot of effort they needed to give to retain the information. So now they're giving that effort, but and their memory's not as good. So the amount that they need to retain the information is so many questions, and they need so much. So they have to do so much extra shit,
Yeah.
asking. So, and I'm like, fuck, because like whenever I had to do projects with some of them were really nice and really cool, but like one of them, he was just a fucking creep. He looked like Gallagher.
Oh.
And he, oh god! So we were trying to
No
shoot.
pattern baldness.
Yeah, so we were trying to shoot a project, and he's like, "Well, why don't we go around the campus and find the pretty girls, and then just do close-ups of their mouths, saying stuff like, 'Oh, I miss you, I love you,' and then do close-ups of their eyes and their chest." And then I was like, dude, that's creepy as fuck. No.
He's the pioneer of ASMR, though.
So I was like, hey, sorry, man. Oh, maybe. Huh? I was like, hey, oh, so I chimed in. I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Well, because everybody in the
Okay,
group,
fine. We'll close up on their feet instead of their chests.
because everybody in the group was like maybe 20 or younger. So they just didn't have the confidence to let this guy know, like, no, thank you. So we all went around in a circle after he pitched the idea, and then some of the guys were, or the people in my group, because there's 6 of us, were like, maybe, I could see that maybe being good. And then it came to me, and I was like, no, we can't do that. That's like a harassment issue. And he's like, no, we're gonna ask them. And I was like, we're not gonna ask these like young women if we can take close-ups of their chest and their mouths and then have them say weird shit. That's
No.
weird. We can't do that. He's like,
It's
you don't
not.
understand art. It's art. And I was like, we're not going to disguise this like fucking creep fest as being art. It's just a weird thing to do, and I don't want to be a part of it.
Was he like, I'm not going to be creepy. I'm just going to be the cameraman and tell them to look in my eyes and tell them that they love me and miss me.
Kind of close. Honestly, not too far off. And then
That's not creepy at all.
And then after I said it, another dude was just like, you know what? He's right. Like, that's pretty weird. We can't do that. And then the dude was like, what? What do you want to do? And then I gave my pitch. And then the guy who seconded me was like, I like that. Let's do that. And then the dude was like, what? That's some basic shit. really? That's what you guys want to do? I thought you guys were artists. Oh, it just turns out that you guys are just, oh, you guys are so lame. That's such a lame idea. Wow, let's just do an idea about blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, well, hey, man, majority rules. And he's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
oh.
I would have been like, go take your camera and try fucking that idea out.
Well, he ended up trying to do it on his own. And then the only reason we found out that he tried to do it on his own is because the teacher ended up having to make an announcement a couple weeks later, basically saying like, so to everybody, make sure that if we're working in teams that you're sticking to the project that your team is doing. If you do choose to do another project on your own time, that's your own project.
Keep it to yourself.
But you're not gonna be able to turn it in here. I just want to let people know you're not gonna be able to turn it in here, and you also need to ask consent of anybody that you're gonna be filming in your projects. And the dude, we realized he was clearly talking to that guy because he was in the corner, just like kept like fake rummaging through his backpack and like trying not to make eye contact with anybody. He's just like,
Okay. I'll get consent.
Yeah, and then he made some kind of comment later on, being like after or when we got dispersed to go start working on our projects again or whatever, and he's like, oh, the teacher doesn't fucking know art. I was like, dude, you're fucking creepy.
You little weirdo.
Yeah.
Buddy.
So
Bucko.
Was his next idea to sneak up on unsuspecting women and smashing a watermelon behind him?
I think he
Filming their
ended up-
reactions without their consent?
Probably.
I think he might have done something inappropriate and got kicked out, because I overheard these girls talking in another class in the following semester that were like, oh, you know that one guy, that creepy dude with the mustache? And the way they described him, it sounded like that guy. And then one of them was like, yeah, he was in he had to do a project with so-and-so, and like she said that she got really creeped out and she reported it or whatever. So,
Jeez.
yeah. All right, so I guess that's where we're gonna end off. Is that dude is weird, and don't be like him.
Don't be like that guy.
Don't be like him or unapologetic of giving up a child.
Oh yeah.
Don't be that
either.
person either.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Camp Oddwood. I was gonna say your mama's house. That's not us.
So, welcome you back to your mama's house.
Yeah.
Eat bagels.
This is your
Pizza
daddy's
bagels.
shack.
Eat pizza bagels.
We're at your
to the fucking stands!
But not
All
bagel
right.
bites.
See you guys next time. Please come back. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.